Good evening, everybody. I will tell you my story. It's our family story, and I'm telling this story as the mother of Yotam, and also as an Israeli very proud person, a citizen of Israel. I was born in Haifa in 1966. I'm a palliative nurse, and I know Ezer Mitzion for many, many years as a very strong organization in Israel. And I'm very proud to be here tonight and to be invited by Ezer Mitzion. It's very warming for me. I'm the mother of Tuval, who is here also with me. Tuval is my older son. Yotam, which I will tell about later, and Noya, my daughter, she's 21 years old. I live in Moshav Sde Nitzan. It's in the Gaza envelope. I lived there for 37 years, and I never in my life was afraid to live there, or I never thought that we need to be afraid. Never. My husband is agriculture, a farmer. He is there already. He's planting the seeds now. And about Yotam was a 20. It's very hard for me to say about Yotam that he was. So he is 28 years old musician who lived in Kibbutz Kfar Aza, just near Kibbutz Saad. But Kibbutz Saad had very much luck in this morning, the 7th of October, and Kfar Aza didn't. Yotam was a musician, he was a drummer. He planned to go in the 7th of October to perform with his band, a heavy metal band named Persephore, in a music festival in Tel Aviv. But instead of this, he was kidnapped from his house in Kibbutz Kfar Aza. He lived in the young neighborhood, in the young people neighborhood, in an apartment, little apartment, just near the fence of the kibbutz, 20 meters from where the terrorists invade from in this morning. He survived. He was taken to the captivity of Hamas to Gaza, and he was there for 70 days. In all of this period of time, we were keeping hope all the time. We were trusting the Israeli government, the Israeli army, and the Israeli intelligence. I said all the time that I have all my trust in them, and that's what made me very positive, and I could I took it very, not positively, but I could survive these 70 days. Yotam, he survived for 65 days, and then you said he tried to escape, but he escaped Hamas captivity, and he was free outside of the captivity for 5 days. He breathed free air, and he was killed after 5 days. Yes, he was mistakenly identified as a terrorist by IDF. When we heard this message at the 15th of December, I decided to send a message to the soldiers and to tell them that we are not angry, we love them, and we are hugging them. And we invited them to our house. They came to us, and we hugged them and said that we are not angry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's very emotional. Like you said, it's not easy. תפתח לי את זה. I think this is also what I choose to say that now that what we decided to do it to talk to them, to invite them, and to tell them that we are not judging them because we know that it's a war and they didn't do it on purpose, of course. For me, my story is the story that I'm telling about Yotam is a story of heroism, that he was killed as a free person, not by Hamas, but he went out of this world like the partisans, I'm saying. So Yotam, he is a very, very good and talented young person, and he also dealt with mental health problems, and he dealt with depression and anxiety. As a reminder of these problems and the power of him to continue living, because he had a lot of thinking of dying, of death, he tattooed on his body a tattoo of a dot and a comma. A dot means the end, and the comma means continuance. At the 7th of October, Israel awake to a terrible event, not just Israel, all the Jewish nation, you here in Canada and all over the world. And in that morning, after a few hours of terrible surprise, terrible attack of Hamas, hours of killing and murdering young people, babies, as we know all what happened there, we also saw a different thing. We saw the bravery of our society. We saw the bravery of our nation. I could see it, even that my son was missing. I could see the brave of the soldiers that runs from their homes in the Simchat Torah, young soldiers together with older ones, to fight and to save the citizens in the south. All the people in Israel stood and went out to the streets to help the soldiers and all of us in the south. It seems like a roar of a lion that opened his big mouth and roared strongly. The roaring lion is us, the Israeli people, the Jewish people, the Israeli society that proving every time from the beginning that despite our differences, we have so much love, respect, and mutual aid. Every part of our society, children, women, and adults stood together to assist each other. It was amazing. I saw how during the war, during the battles in Gaza, also now, we are flourishing from the destruction. That's what I feel as an Israeli citizen, and I feel it now. The people's reaction are so strong, so powerful, and this action of assistance, caring to each other like Ezer Mitzion, this is an example, are so strong that they allow us to continue together to be a diamond, I call it, in the Middle East. Yosef Trumpeldor once said, Tov lamut be'ad artzeinu. I think that before the 7th of October, most of us didn't think like that. But after this terrible day, we know that yes, it is true. We don't want to die, but if we will need to do it, we are doing it. We love so much our country, Israel, that we are doing it. It's very sad. While Yotam was in captivity, I met Dina. Dina, she is an Israeli Jewish religious mother. She is the mother of Yosef Gedalia. Her son is one of our heroes. He was killed at the 7th of October near Yotam's house in Kibbutz Kfar Aza. When I met Dina, I realized that we are sharing a special gene. I called it JMC, Jewish Mother Chromosome, a chromosome of bravery and strength that belong just to Jewish mothers and also girls like here. And this gene allows us to be strong for the continuance of our nation. Like Yotam's strength, like his decision to continue every day, we as a country, as a society, as a nation, we are continuing also. We are not giving up. We are not putting a dot. We continue to be Am Chofshi Be'artzeinu. to be a free country, and that's why we always will put the comma and not the dot. Thank you.